can you guys, should we do it maybe, hopefully you guys can tell me, just like before actually.
We have
okay,
we
cool.
have a script already.
Cool, awesome.
Gotta start out with your names and where you're from.
Yeah,
Yeah. Presentation first.
Yeah, okay, so I will just hit play, or record rather, and...
My name is Carolina Sepúlveda.
My name is Jorge Contreras.
And we're from Chile. We used to live back in Santiago, but we weren't there for the 8.8 earthquake because we were here in New Zealand. And then in September we were in Blenheim, and then we came here to Christchurch 1 week later. So.
Sorry, let me just stop you there in the middle of a sentence. In between sentences. I'll just close the front door because I heard the bus go by. I'll close the front door and I'll close this door also.
Okay.
Right.
I leave my window.
Uy, dejaste la ventana abierta.
I leave my window. Work permit here.
Work permit. Okay, cool. Do you want your sunglasses like that?
Yeah. Okay.
It's up to you. If you want them like that, that's your choice.
No,
but I just,
okay.
in case
It's
you
okay.
weren't aware.
The important is the conversation.
Yeah. Now, we can just take up, if you like, we can just pick up from where you left off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying, do you remember the last thing you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. What was the last thing you said about being in New Zealand?
In Blenheim.
In Blenheim, yeah.
So we came here 1 week after the earthquake, because it was at that point nobody died in Christchurch. We called some friends, they're Chilean friends, they live here for 4 years, and they said to us, don't come now, maybe in 1 more week, because everything was a mess here. So we wait, we travel by the South Island, and we came 1 week after. So when we came here, it was still aftershocks, but not very strong, until December 26th, the Boxing Day. And that's when I start to scare, because even though Chile is a country of earthquakes, I personally never feel something like the Boxing Day. So it was only aftershocks. It was 5.1, 4.9, 4.5, but you can feel it like something stronger because they were shallow. In Chile, the earthquakes are between 60 and 150 kilometers down to the earth. So
They're much deeper?
Yes.
Much deeper.
Much deeper.
Here are between 15 kilometers and 5 kilometers, even 3. So that's very shallow. So the feeling that you have 2 scales, Richter scale and Mercalli. You here feel stronger Mercalli because what happened in the recent earthquake in February 22nd, it was much destructive in Mercalli scale than the Richter scale. So I think that's why even if there was only an aftershock, 6.3, we feel it like an 8. So yeah, but before that, before the 22nd, February 22nd, we decided to move because my works were closer to the Riccarton area, so we moved there, and that's when it started our research about earthquakes, tsunami, and about all the things that we know now, what is going on. So at that point, I think that there's a lot of things that we start to notice. As first of all, the fault in New Zealand line is the fault that cross all the South Island, and it's a fault that for a long time didn't move, didn't have any movement at all. So I thought to myself, well, this is strange, because now it's releasing all this energy. And my dad told me, he said to me that there was some scientific research in the earthquake in Chile, and they say that probably there will going to be another one in Chile. There's not been another one, but there's going to be another one, they said, because the energy release in the 27 February 2010, it was not really released. It was energy that it was stuck. So probably there's going to be another one there. And he said to me that probably it happened the same thing in New Zealand. That by the energy release of this earthquake in September, there's some energy still didn't release at all. So the fault keep moving, and have to move. And for example, in Chile, have to move like 6 centimeters every year.
How many? Sir?
6.
6 centimeters every year.
Yeah. So so I think the problem here is that it didn't move for a long time. So now it's releasing all this energy. So I think we were lucky, because I started to research all these things, and I knew that New Zealand was because have this fault, because it's in the Ring of Fire, and that's mean the Ring of Fire of Pacific Ocean. It means that we are in a place, Chile, New Zealand, Japan, part of North America, Canada, Central America, South America. They're in a place where there's a lot of volcanic activity. So our big mountain in Chile, Cordillera de los Andes, it's made by movement of 2 plaques. So we have a mountain of size of 4,500 of high, even if until the 6,000 high.
6,000 meters high.
Yeah. So we were in a position where the plates, where all I think the most percentage of seismic energy is released every year. So it's something that you can avoid. So I started to research, and I realized that there was another coming, because we are in a phase of not only the moon, it was going to be closer to the Earth this year. We were the seismic movement in the website USGS, I think it called, is bigger than other years back. And also I started to research the history about earthquakes here in New Zealand and the tsunami here in New Zealand. And the truth is, New Zealand have a lot of earthquakes by the year, but you never feel it. So I thought that there was something going on, and that something else would happen. So I started to research civil defense, and the civil defense, they didn't have the earthquakes like the most important thing, or a tsunami. They have other list of priorities of disaster here in New Zealand, like volcanoes, strong winds, strong rain, snow. What else? Yeah, that was kind of the priorities, because we knew a Chilean person who take this course of civil defense, and he said it was the list of the priorities, earthquakes and tsunami. So I started to talk to the people there, what was the things that they need to do in case of a tsunami and earthquakes, and really nobody knew about it. So after the September, everything was open again, and we had luck, because we already was prepared, I buy every week 10 liters of water. I buy every week a lot of cans of food, and I start to buy the big bags of food, big bags of rice, flour, and everything. We had a bag of first aid things, clothes, stuff like that. So then before the earthquake came, Jorge had a dream, right?
Yeah, I was dreaming with a tsunami and earthquake. I don't know why, but was 2 days before, 1 month before the Japan tsunami and earthquake. I dreamed with earthquake and tsunami. And 1 month before, my dream was only earthquake, with people crying, and like in February 2nd here. 22nd. And 1 month before the Japan earthquake was tsunami in my dream too. I don't know why.
Yeah, and when I knew this, when Jorge told me that he had this dream, I get worried because I feel it too. I had this feeling that something was going to happen here. I don't know why. Maybe it was the fear of the aftershock in the Boxing Day.
Yeah.
But there was something wrong. So that Monday, I leave my window open, and I was sleeping. I had the window back of my head, and the full moon, wake me up. So I wake up that morning, and I said to myself, we don't pass through this week. I mean, this week it will be, because everything was everything. I think everything say that week will be, and at the next day, I was working in Riccarton area in the factory, and Jorge had luck because that week he didn't have any work, so he was in a safe place. So I was working, and at 12:51 I started the shake, and first the shake was normal, like a normal aftershock, but then it was like if you were in a boat with a strong sea. Like, it was so shallow, you can feel the earth moving and floating with you. So I put under the table, and I can see my workmate, very scared, Hindu woman. She was 45. She was very, very scared, and I had to yell one of my friends that was running around. So I pick him up and I put it back in the table, because I knew that you have to hold, you have to go down and hold to something. So I said to him, I remember, this is like an 8. This is like an 8. He said to me, yes, it's strong. I never feel this before. So when he stopped, I take my workmate, the Indian woman, I take it, I grab it with me. So for me it wasn't so terrible as I thought, because I worry more about her than about me. So all my fears, it was, I just think about that nothing happened to her or to everyone around me. So I was more worried about everyone else. So then I called Jorge, and he was, where you were?
Where?
¿Dónde estabas?
¿Dónde? ¿Cuándo?
El terremoto.
I was in Riccarton area, in the street, on February 22nd. Was very strong. The people was scary, and was like a movie. Yeah. And cuenta también lo de la gente que se ríe, que no tengan,
Sí,
que no se rían de eso. Tú cuenta.
¿Qué?
My English is not very good. Sorry for that. And I try to tell Caro about the people laugh?
Oh yeah. Well,
You know?
1 week before that, I was a lot of week, all these months, between the aftershock of Boxing Day and the 22nd of February, I tell everyone that they should be alert. That they should save some water, just in case, lighters, stuff that they really will need it if there's something big earthquake, because when it's a big earthquake, you don't have any light after, you don't have any water, and also you have to cut the gas, so you need something to cook, like a little like a camping kitchen or something like that. So they was always telling me, oh, you're such a liar, and laughing sometimes, or saying that tell these things it was bad luck. But I think that I was doing this because the thing is that not alarm people, it's just people is prevent, because when you prevent you can save more life and you can be more aware of what's going on. So it's impossible now to close this window and say, okay, nothing is going to happen, because it can happen. It already happened once, twice, and even 3 times now in less than 1 year. Here it happened in New Zealand, it happened last year in Chile, it happened in Japan. You can't just forget about everything and you have to prevent. That's what I tried to say. I didn't want to alarm people, I just wanted to people was aware of what's going on and try to prevent. That's the only thing. So after that, after the big earthquake, Toto picked me up, Jorge picked me up, and we went to our house with some friends, and we stayed there in the house. And because my house, nothing happened in my house, just a few things fell, nothing else. And we were staying inside the house, and the floor moved so strong every half an hour that we have to go out. That night we have 64 aftershock, the night of the 22nd February.
64 aftershocks?
Yeah, I counted. So
Just never stopped.
so it was. So what we do is we put table outside, and we put food and stuff. So we put the radio, and because nothing around us tell us there was something terrible, and we start to listen all the terrible things that was going on in the center, in the town, and we said, oh, this was strong, this was terrible. So the light come at 7 o'clock, so we start to see the news, and we were all in shock. So, well, after that, my friends, they went back home because they live in city center, and they come back, they stay with us, because his house was terrible, because they didn't have any power, they didn't have anything, and also his house now is safe, it's the green sticker, but the house moved a lot because in the center city. So after that, we passed through all day in the house. Then on the next day we had water. So some of our friends, they stay and they use our showers, even though we live in a flatmate. So our landlord wasn't very happy, even though in Christchurch was an emergency state. She said that we can leave the people stay there because it wasn't rentable. So it was complicated for a lot of people in that day. But we tried to help each other as long as we could. And 1 week after, everything started to come back to real, everything started to come back to normal. So we come back to work, and everyone was just very concerned about can bring predictions. So then everyone started to research, and that's good because I think in these hard moments when you lost the things that are more important to you, people get together and they share more, and you just see the basic things in life. So that's why we start to research about what is going on in the earth, what is going on with everything, and we realize that because everyone is talking about the end of the world on the 21st, December 21st, 2012, but we start to research about the planetary movement. So what's going on in that date is the Earth and the other planet will be in the same line. So what the Mayas predict is that we're going to be just in the whole of the galaxy. The sun will be just in the whole of the galaxy, and we're passing through that whole of the galaxy. So in the 2018 we'll be in the other side of the galaxy. So for the Mayas was because they think that the galaxy was the mother. So they say that the sun will be again in the uterus of the universe. In the uterus of the universe, the whole of the galaxy.
Yeah.
So what been researching is that what happened is that now we're using just a little percentage of our DNA. So when we pass that date, probably we start to using all the DNA. So now we are only using the 10% of our brain. When we pass that date, we are going to start to using the 100%. So what they discover is that we have to pass through this era, but we have to be more connected to the universe, spirituality, and try to research more about this because it's something that is already happening. The little boys that are now they born more connected and they have more chromosomes in their DNA, and we only have I think 6 or 9, and they have more. The little
You're
children
talking
that are
about
born.
an evolution
Yeah,
that's happening.
it's already happening. So the government, the religions, and the institution know about this. So they're trying to control this information. So what happened is that they're trying to stop this development, this spiritual development, because they can control us if we use all our inner force. That is normal. It's something that in that day, the spirituality and the science, it will be together. So that's why they are trying to control with the new government. They're trying to say that the world is not safe, that we need peace and security. That's the two main and key words, peace and security. So when Bush say that we are living in an unsafe world and we need peace and security, it's just because they need to have a construction of one government, so they can control all the governments. So they need one bank, World Bank, so they can control all the money.
And he had signed, George W. Bush already signed over the United States
Yeah.
to get rid of our dollar system to a national money system,
Yeah.
an international.
Yeah,
money
it's already
system.
happening. So you have, so that's the Maya. This is what they say. This is they say that in this time we will have to choose, and we will have the half of people have a lot of money and the half of people with nothing to eat. And that's what is going on. So what we have to do is start to research and investigate about these things, because the earthquakes and the tsunami probably is something that the earth needs. It's a process of the earth, but we don't know if it's something that we cause as a human being because of the pollution, contamination, or it's because of something that is happening in the solar system, or is because we are controlled. Even they control the weather. That's something called HART project, and it's now they're doing in Alaska. So some people say that they believe in this conspiration. They say that they are controlling all the weather. So
which if they're controlling the weather, that would also cause these earthquakes and stuff?
So you can have the population with fear. So
for control.
So now that we all fear of nature, Mother Nature, but we don't know if it's Mother Nature. We don't know if it's us. We don't know if it's the governments. We don't know. So we need to research about these things, and we need to be more connected to the people, and never let our rational part away. We have to be alert, but never with fear, because that's what they want. I think that's what they want. We just have to be aware of what's going on and be alert and try to connect ourselves with what is very important, with the real importance of life and the decision that we have to make as a human being, as a group of human beings. Because it's something that is not just about earthquakes, tsunami, deaths. It's something about that make you think. If we really need to research about these things, and we need to make a decision. So that's what we are searching right now, and we think that everything that is going on, it have to be with this event that is going to happen, and we can escape of this. So we have two ways, or we can be intelligent, or we can be afraid and let they control us, or we have to take a decision and try to get together and try to resolve this. So
and go with this natural evolution that's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, it's going to happen anyway. But if you're not prepared, probably you can't pass through that. Because you need to, for being prepared, you need to do a lot of things. You need to meditate. You need to stop eating things that make you feel bad. Like there's so many transgenic food. You need to be aware of that. You need to stop seeing stupid shows in television, because the only thing they're going to do is control your mind. And you need to help each other and give love to the people, not the other way around. Because if this change, if you're not prepared for this change, you don't know what's going to happen for you or for everyone. So it's something that every civilization say, not only in the Bible, not only the Hindu people, the Egyptians, the Maya, a lot of civilization knew this, and that's why we all know that, because this message is something that we all going to know at some point. So you can avoid it. I think you can avoid it. So they're trying to control us, and they're trying that we avoid this with these things. So if you are afraid of another earthquake, if you're afraid of another tsunami, you just have to be aware what's going on. That's it, and just prevent. But the most important thing is that you have to be aware that it's a huge change coming, and it's something that the nature is going to change, and it's something that's going to change in yourself. And I think they will try to control this information, and they will try to do something that date that compares to a catastrophe, so they can match the possibility of what Maya says, that is a positive message, because it was a positive message. They try to control it and to say, no, this is like a catastrophe, like a apocalypse, and it's not like that.
Or maybe like a 911, which is a man-made catastrophe.
Yeah. So now that we know, because we all know, they keep trying to control us. They keep trying to lie us, and we know everything. We all know in the back of our minds. We understand it, that we know it.
I've heard this before, that we are now coming into or we're passing into a time of enlightenment.
Yeah.
And that's going to be kind of hard at first.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's not that hard, because since I'm a little girl, I've been researching these things, because my dad always research about these things. So for me, it's something that all my life I've been connected with. But now, I think that all the situation, and even Jorge, I think that we are together because we need to send this message. Just like a lot of people is sending the message, and we get the message. I think this message must be given by all the people, not for television, not for the medias. It's just this message must be by the people, for the people, to the people, I think. And that's the thing that we have to be careful, because the information can be really hard to handle.
Yeah.
And it can be people can laugh about this information. People can make lies about this information. So these have to be a very serious thing that we have to think, and we have to do something about it. We can't let these things happen just like that. We can. I mean, Obama now, with my president in Chile, he signed a contract that about nuclear energy. Even though we know what is going on with nuclear energy, it's something so obvious that what happened in Japan, that they want to put nuclear energy in Chile, knowing that we live in a terrible place, because not terrible because because we are just in the middle of two plagues, Nazca plague and the American plague. So you're taking risk. So you can see that they don't care about you, about your family, about it. They don't care about the nation. They're just trying to earn more money, because they know all this information that I'm talking about. They know all this. They already have his own paradise, and it's full. There's no room for anybody else. So there's a lot of protest in Chile because this treatment, and no one wants nuclear energy. And I think it's something that we can let that happen. Not anymore.
So you were saying before that before the earthquake, you were telling people about that you thought an earthquake was coming, and people were kind of dismissive to you. And then after the earthquake, some of those same people who were dismissive of you even made fun of you. came and were showering in your house and you're drinking the water that you'd saved up before the earthquake and cooking the food that you saved up before the earthquake?
Yeah, but I think it's not their fault because it's a normal reaction of people who really don't know what's going on. It's
Or their
something
minds
that-
have been fed.
Yeah, because it's something that we're so used to it, to laughing about these things. So I'm not blaming to them because it's something so natural in people. I think it's just they really don't know.
So what I was wondering is, after they saw that you were right, that another earthquake was coming and did come, and that you were correct to prepare for it and so on, were they more open to your broader ideas about the 2012 and the center of the sun passing through the center of the galaxy? And so on?
Well, I don't talk this to everyone. I think that we don't talk too much about this to everyone. We talk only if we get the chance to talk about, because it's something that that we have to. We think that we have to give the message in a way that it's given. Like now, the opportunity is given, so we send it. But it's not that we can control it, because I can't say to everyone what is going on, because not everyone wants to understand it or hear it. So I search the right moment to say to everyone because for me, this is something that it's something very important. It's a message that very important that you can say it, like for your own will. So when the chance is given, I think I will say to them everything I know. I've been talking to a lot of people, but just a few things, because we need to understand the full of it, and we need to. We can't go as a priest and telling people what to do, because we need to do the same. I mean, if you show your love for humanity, if you show with your attitude, it's better than telling to the people what to do if you really don't do it. So when the actions are telling more of what you're saying, I think when the people see that, they believe you. Otherwise,
like now in the last earthquake.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just a clown,
People saw Caro would prepare with water, with food, and okay, that's to try to say yes, Now we understand because the earthquake happened.
But I think that for us, we are more connected, and I think Jorge is connected in a way very different, because he even the day before the Japan earthquake, he dreamed with this earthquake, and he said to me the way when we were driving to my work, he said to me, "Be careful because I had a dream last night and there was going to be something. So charge your cell phone, try to be connected and stuff." So the next day was the earthquake in Japan, that Friday. So I think he's connected in a way, in different way, and it's something that you have to be open, because now we are getting close to this time. So we are going to be more aware of other things that we didn't know that we have. That's telepathy, premonitions, all these things. They're going to start to wake you up. Every human being. It's not something
I've
that...
heard this before, that this is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
It's not something...
It's now.
We are getting this message not because we are illuminated
or special.
It's just because we're open a channel of our brain and our spirit. That's
and
it.
Because of this time, you're saying that we're supposed to get more use of our brain, which would let this in.
I think that's going on.
I think this... I repeat, my English is not very, very good, but I think, for example, when you have something here, like this, you know, and you have all the time over there. But one time you take and you start to study, you know, the thing, and you say, okay, now understand. I can use, you know, and then you start to
put it together.
Yes, it's the same in everything.
It's the same for us.
When you think, yeah, it's the same. It's like this. So now we are open eyes, you know, open mind too, so we can see another things, you know.
So you're almost taking these huge events like the tsunamis and the earthquakes, and saying, hey, this is starting to happen, and we're starting to put the 2 and 2 together, and then with the stuff that you're saying, we're supposed to start opening up a little bit, and starting to understand more and more.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there's something that if people just understand this and take it like it is, because we don't need to lie. We don't need to lie.
I think this happened with Peter now.
Yeah, it's something that you don't need to lie. I mean, we don't need to lie. We don't need to be famous. We don't need anything. We just are trying to give that message that is the same reason that we prepare it.
Okay.
So it's just because the memory card was about to...
This is just taking a whole nother avenue that I've heard about, but I never expected, you know. And now you've just linked something very important, you know, that's something that you've been doing all your life.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're getting things that are happening in your head that's, hey, this isn't it's not strange, but I'm feeling it, and it feels real.
Yeah.
And you can have anybody in the world talk to you and say, oh, you're just dreaming.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Well, there's a difference between dreaming and, well, wait a minute, this wasn't a dream. Okay? And to be honest with you, I like hearing that. I don't know it's still scary, but to be able to have this oneness and tranquility, it's just going through this enlightenment stage that I'm kind of scared of, because it sounds so surreal, but it also sounds very disastrous when people finally have to face their own truths and face the truths of our people who want to manipulate and control, you know, whether it be the government or people who have very closed mind, who just have money and power. That they don't even want to know, because they have everything they want.
Yeah. Of course.
You know?
That's it.
So, and if they lose those opportunities to control and to make their money and all that, you know, they don't want that, so they have to use the fear.
Yeah.
So
so it's something that it's already happening, and it will keep happening. But it's something that you need to be. That's why you need to be connected, because if you're really connected, you don't feel feared. You don't feel.
Now, I want you to tell me what you feel being connected is. Is that having a cell phone? Is that what you mean by connected?
No.
Or watching the news? Or what do you mean by connected?
Well,
Wait, before you tell them, can I...
Reload?
Yes. Are you recording right now?
when you're with your partner, you feel that you're connected with your partner. So sometimes you think something and the other one is already thinking it, and you match your thinking, because you're so in love with each other, or you love each other, that you can understand the other person. The other person can understand you and can think like you. And it's not something that it have to be. It's something that we call love, but you can develop this with a lot of person that you are connected with. Not only with your children, with your family, or with your partner. You can develop with everyone if you are very open to know that person and not make a judgment of that person or a prejudgment. That is very hard, because in this society they teach you laws and stuff that you have to be, you have to become, or you have to look, in a way that maybe you don't look. So people say to you all the time how you're supposed to be. So you're not thinking your own thing, your own thoughts. You're just thinking what you're supposed to think. Oh, this is supposed to be bad. It's supposed to be good. But the truth is that even in the Bible you have the 10 big laws. That was for the first time. That was for the people in that time.
At that level.
In that level, yeah.
The mental level, spiritual level.
Yeah. It's not bad, but it was for that time. So we have to understand that now we've been through for a lot of history and evolution and things, and that now we can think we can think now by ourselves, because we have the consciousness, and the consciousness is what it's more connected to the spirituality world. So what really makes you connected is everything. Everything makes you connected. The people, how you treat the people. If you treat the people nicely, like you want to be treated, it makes you more connected. If you treat the nature the way that you want to be treated, it makes you connected. If you love the way you want to be loved, it makes you connected. And if you think like you're really thinking, that makes you connected, because your own consciousness can say to you, this is bad and this is good. But we've been so close in our consciousness that we just say, it doesn't matter. I mean, we always say that, it doesn't matter. And the way that it makes you connected is when you think and say, well, this is making me a bad person, or maybe I'm wrong with this, or just think. Philosophy is something that is not wrong, Philosophy is not wrong, but it makes you think. So in my country, the subject of philosophy in the schools is it's now getting out. They're not teaching. They're not teaching philosophy anymore in some places, in a lot of the schools, and it's not good, because that doesn't make you think. And even there's some subjects like history, they want to reduce hours, and because they don't want to make you think. History, it helps you not because of dates or because of battles or because of wars. It helps you because you can learn as a human being past mistakes. People now, when you talk about God and talk about science, we all talk about it like if it was something different, because we don't understand. We say this is scientific approved, but not because you really understand science. It's because people in the television and magazines, they say it's scientific approved, but not because you really understand it. And people will say, talk about God with religion and fanatism, and they put God and science fighting each other. And that's not the real answer, because science is just a way of seeing things. But there's much things that you can see that can happen anyway. Not because one thing doesn't have any explanation, rational. It doesn't have an explanation at all. There are things that we have to understand it in a way that we're not used to understand. Because we have to think that I am only 23 years old. Even if you're 40, 50, 80s, you just have a few years in this earth. Just a few moments in the galaxy is just like a second in all the universe. So probably you don't have the answer of everything. Probably all that you know is just the result of a lot of head thinking. So you need to think about what you really know, about what you really feel, and let all the school, all the things they say to you every day, because that's the only way to be connected. First, that's how you know yourself, and we're not perfect. And I think for me, science is just a way of think, and a way of see things. It's not the answer. It's not the real answer. And God, for me, is something that it's bigger than us, and it's something that it's like where we came from. That's why we call it God, because we don't know what it is. So we need to know as a human being. But the problem is, and this is the philosophy problem, that we can understand unlimited time. We can understand everything because we have a brain, limited brain, and limited body, and limited time. So I think that to be connected is when you think and when you feel and do the same. And that doesn't hurt anyone around you, and doesn't hurt nature, and doesn't hurt anything. The other way around. You have to keep this energy flowing in the universe. You have to let it be infinite, even though you're not infinite, because you're not. But maybe your spirit, it is. Because science is not very wrong, because we all are energy. We are all energy. And even when we die, we transform. And our energy transforms. And
Quote, like people look at it as a spirit.
yeah.
That's the same energy.
Yeah. And I think that is what is really is connected to us, because we're energy in the universe, just like everything is around us. I mean, like Jorge told me, everything, even this table, the solid, the water and everything, just these have maybe a higher resonance, so that's why we can touch it, but only for that. So I think that when you understand this, when you really understand this, and nobody have to tell you how to understand it, is the beginning of being connected. So what happened to me is in this time that I've been growing so much, and I never stopped this feeling. I never stopped it. I never thought, oh, this is silly, this is not true, because it's something that you can stop. It's gonna come. Some people live all his life and never feel this, never really feel it. Just died and just they never feel it. So when you feel it, you can stop this feeling, and you have to research in yourself, and you can stop of questioning yourself, but in a good way, not destroying. Oh, I'm so ugly. Oh, I'm so bad. Oh, I'm so poor. Oh, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. No, it's why I need this, why I need that, why I feel this about me, why I can feel happy, why. You have to question yourself, and you have to be aware that life is just a moment, and in some point when you die, you can transform, and that spirit is going to it need to travel, it need to become in a good energy, so the universe can be involved with good energy.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I think that's it. So so what's going on now is that we know that we feel the bad energy all the time. We both feel it.
The bad energy.
Yeah. For example, if I talk bad to him, or he talked me bad, or if we say something, or if we do something that is how we feel that energy. Feel it. That's not good. So we have to fix it right away. So that's what is going on to us. That even if we do something that is not okay, we try to fix it, because we can't live like a normal life anymore. We can't, because when you transform, your consciousness never sets you free until you really are free, until you feel in peace. So when you feel in peace is when your consciousness is agree with you. So you always have actions that encourage you in your head. But if you don't research this, if you don't clean these thoughts, probably you're going to be at the end of your life, and your mind is going to be full of bad memories, bad thinkings. So I think even when the dead is coming in, even
Now, I feel you're coming to the end here of this. What I want you to do, if you can,
yeah,
is that this connection and this energy and everything you're talking about, just kind of bring it back to our earthquake.
okay.
Okay, how would you want to present that to say, okay, this is where we're passing into this new time, okay, and it's getting more prevalent, more people are knowing, okay. Tell me how would you want to say that with the energy of these earthquakes and the changing of the physical world that we're experiencing right now. Or if you want, ask Jorge how he would, take 2 minutes, whatever you need. Because
what happened now with the earthquake? What we think about if a new earthquake coming or is this the question or something like this?
I think how everything that Carolina just said, if you can tie it. So we started off talking about the earthquake, and then she explained how you felt it ahead of time and explained the significance of that. And I think that Jot now is asking if you can tie it back into the earthquake again.
Yeah, I just want you to try to tie it back in to say, okay, this is what's happening, this is what we have learned, this is what we've experienced. So how do they tie in again?
The earthquake, what we feel now.
Okay.
How they are together, you see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the metaphysical philosophy that you have.
Because we have to separate two things. Because we are, for me and for he is the same. We are a spirit and body. So what my body feels when an earthquake passes or aftershock is something natural, like a natural reaction. So if I feel an earthquake, my heart is jumping hard. So we feel, okay, this is coming. So we stand up and go outside. Or what we do is we saw what can fall and we put under the table. But we're consciousness all the time about what's going on around us. But when happen, we don't think that because we already passed through that. So we don't think in what to do eventually. We already think that, what to do. So we know what to do. For example, if we are going in the street, okay, which is something natural, it's spontaneous, but it's something that have to be with your natural reaction, but understanding that something can kill you too, because you have a body. So
Okay.
it's like he said, he have a saying, I'd rather die fighting than ¿cómo es? Prefiero morir luchando que babeando.
Pero luchando es como
Yeah, because we think that our mission in the life is pass through this message and try to help the most that we can to the people around us to feel this and to feel to help each other and be sustainable as we can. So what he always said to me, that he'd rather die fighting for this mission than like just I don't know, because it's a word in Spanish.
Yeah,
like,
but the thing is, I think you can.
Yeah, he rather die fighting than I don't know, one
Than giving up?
I don't know, nothing.
Oh, then closing your...
To bury his head in the sand.
Yeah.
To pretend it's not happening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or just be nervous and do some silly things, because there's something bigger than that you have to do in your life. Because that's the question: why you want to live in this life? Why? For you? Because a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't care what is going on. I just want my kids are okay and have a good job and give my sons a good life and live comfortable." It's okay, it's valid, but not anymore for us, because it doesn't, for me, it doesn't have any sense if I can't share what I feel or what I know, or with everyone else. So for us, it's just try to be alive to end our destiny.
Yes. Yeah.
To finish our mission, because I think that's human existence is.
And to pass it on to
Because
our
we have
mission
to
is
help each other to grow.
And we're in a new growth stage now.
Yeah,
is what you're saying that the man is coming into.
I think that people don't have to be afraid, in the life, in the life, have to be prepared. Because we don't know when we're gonna die,
No.
You never know, I think. But this is the message, I think. You don't have to be afraid, only beware.
Be aware.
Be aware.
Yeah.
And
But not only about natural catastrophe, about everything. And knowing that everything is not television,
Approved.
it's not sport, it's not school, what the school says, it's not work. Be aware, it means that you have to know everything what's in the back of your mind. If you have a feeling of something that you feel, don't let it go. Research and find it. There's so many tools that you have to find it. You have internet, you have books, you have libraries, you have people. You can talk to people and find out something about. That's a good thing about talking, about understanding each other, about having consciousness and intelligence. You can talk with people, learn. You can learn with a 5 years old little kid.
Learn from a 5-year-old.
Yeah,
yes.
And you can learn from an old person. I mean, you can learn even of someone that you don't like, because you can understand people. It's like yeah, it's not maybe psychology, but it's something that have to be that is normal. That's why we need a society. That's why we need ourselves, because we need to understand everything, but not the way. You have to be aware that the medias are all controlled. All that you see is controlled. They just want to see what they want you to see, and even the music. If you see all the patterns in the music there is now, they all do this symbol. They all do this. Even the rock people do this. Even some people don't know what it is. But this is very simple to understand. This is Holy Spirit, spirituality, under the materialism.
The top ones are materialism?
Yeah, because it's supposed to be the devil, and the devil means all the materialism in life. So this is the Holy Spirit, that's like God or spiritualism. So they do this because the spiritualism is surrendered by the materialism. In this case, in our life, in our reality, is that we are controlled by money or by institutions. So they'll do this. They'll take the picture with only one eye. That means Horus eye, and it means paganism, religion, paganism. They show other kind of religions and stuff because they need to they need to show you or show symbols. There's the masonry. They control this through the masonry. Yeah.
Hello, come in.
Oh, how are you doing? Oh, ready to go.
Yeah, but I stopped it now. So.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
This is Carolina and Jorge. Or do you prefer? I still got work to do.